Hey, all you antique motorcycle freaks, we are here at the 36th Annual Colorado Motorcycle Show in Swap, and I'm Jim Ware. We've been coming to this show every year since 1987. It's the big one in the state of Colorado, and I thought I'd show you the motorcycle display that we set up for the Rocky Mountain Motorcycle Museum. So, Matt Waxler, you want to know what's in the barn? I'm going to show you what's in the barn. Let's go over here. So this is our Rocky Mountain Motorcycle Museum display. This is our little barn that we set up, and we do this every couple of years, display a couple of the pieces from the museum. And this year we have brought a 1930 Indian 4-cylinder and a 1924 Henderson. Let's step up so we don't get people walking between us. Let's start with the Henderson over here. This is a 24 Henderson Deluxe, restored by Mr. Ross Van Etten of Colorado Springs. This motorcycle lives in the Rocky Mountain Motorcycle Museum. Beautiful restoration. Antique Motorcycle Club of America, senior first winner, and just a great example of the bikes of that era. With each motorcycle, we display some signage to educate people. This is a show that is primarily, you know, Evos and choppers and bobbers and stuff like that. It's not like an antique motorcycle show. So we bring a display to try and tune people up, educate them about antique bikes, and hopefully create some interest. So on the sign here, we have a lot of short history of the marquee. The original price here, which was $410 when the bike was brand new, and then some memorabilia kind of ads. The Hendersons were super popular with the cops, so we got some cop stuff in here, and this is just one thing we do, and then some motorcycle museum brochures on each sign to show people what's up. Let's move over to the 4. This is a 1930 Indian 4-cylinder, model 402. This is also restored by Mr. Ross Van Etten. This is makes its home in the Rocky Mountain Motorcycle Museum, and this is a very sought-after, very rare machine, the small tank Indian 4 with the old A-style engine. Really something that is a real head turner and creates a lot of interest. Again, with this bike, we have the signage, and on here we kind of pay tribute to the Death Valley antique motorcycle run that was operated by Mr. Max Bubeck, and I believe still goes on every year. But big round trip through Death Valley, California on antique bikes, and we think that's really cool. Alright, so now you know what's in the barn. That's our little barn display here at the Colorado Motorcycle Show. Here's our 1955 double nickel Panhead in Hollywood green that we've set up. Again, we've got some signage to talk about the bikes, the people that helped get it together, and a little Harley Hydroglide memorabilia. 1945 Harley Davidson Model U, U.S. Navy bike. This is the bike that is recently featured in Dave Ewell's painting called Jessie. We've got the painting here on display with the motorcycle. Also the feature that was in the Southwest Scooter News newspaper. And of course, we display the bike, as we always do, as a tribute to our World War II veterans with the 48 Star flag in the background, lit up. And this is something that we do for our vets, because without them, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to do anything. We wouldn't be able to have a bike, have the prosperity in this country to be able to own and restore a motorcycle like this, or come to a show like this and display to promote antique motorcycles. So we owe those vets everything, and we thank them for our service. So there you have it. There's the display of our 4 bikes from the Rocky Mountain Motorcycle Museum. Wish you all could be here. Hope you liked looking at it. We're going to walk around and pick out a couple of key motorcycles that we kind of like in the show. Again, it's mostly late model stuff, but there is some pretty cool antique stuff here. So we're going to cut now and go walk around and look at a couple of those individual bikes. Okay, there's a 1946 Indian Chief with highly modified custom paint job, and says this bike's for sale. That belongs to Jim Beyer from Montana, and looks like a pretty complete and actually pretty correct 46 Chief other than the paint. Here's a pair of Indians. This is a father and son job here. Got a really cool 1951 hydraulic fork Indian Chief, and we're familiar with this bike. It was two-tone. Looks like he painted it all black, make it more correct. And then his son's got this little 1972 mini trials. I think that's probably like a, I don't know, 50cc maybe. Really cool. Again, father and son combo here at the Colorado Motorcycle Show. All right, old school baby. 1955 Triumph chopper. This is a pre-unit Triumph where the motor and transmission are separate pieces before Triumph went to unit construction. Really bitchin' metal flake paint job and devil's tails sissy bar. I really like the style of that one. All right, old school Bonneville. That's 1959 Triumph Bonneville Salt Flats bike. Really cool. I wish I could take the time to go through some of the engineering on this thing, but you'll have to look for yourself. We'll get a little close-up of the power plant and how all the plumbing is routed and everything. This is really a bitchin' motorcycle. Panhead freaks, pay attention. This is really neat Panhead chopper, old school, rigid, got the old square tire on the back, tall sissy bar, little bitty handlebars, long springer, invader mags front and rear. This is a cool bike. 1951 Triumph Blackbird, really cool. This is a custom job. It's got a Harley fork on it, got a custom seat, bob fenders. Guy done a really sweet job with this thing. It incorporates the Triumph Speedo, and geez, the brake setup on the front I'm not familiar with. We're gonna walk around and take a look and see if we can identify it. What a cool retro motorcycle. So this front fork setup, maybe some of you can identify it. I'm gonna say that's probably a British front fork drum laced into that rim and then retrofitted to this Harley fork. Really cool, nice and clean, and I don't care if you're a British motorcycle enthusiast or not, you got to be able to appreciate this bike. Really bitchin'. All right, now we're out of the motorcycle show area and we're upstairs where our local chapter of the Antique Motorcycle Club of America is got a nice display set up here. So I'm going to cut out, go down and get the bikes cleaned up prior to the show opening, and my man Keith here is going to kind of walk around the room and just show you what the AMCA has got on display upstairs here. Hope you all have an awesome week. Thanks for watching.